Hello everyone, welcome to INPS classes. In this video, I'll be explaining how to start coding after clearing NIMCET. You all have got your NIMCET 2022 results, and it will take around 1 month for complete admission process, more than that also can be. In this duration, you can start coding, which will help you in your college and in your academics also, and which is also very much important for your placement. Like all you have to do in your college is coding, so you should start from this time. So let's start the video. You might be from computer science background, you have done bachelor's of computer applications or a BSc computer science, or you might have done can be from a non-CS background, BSc maths. I'll be talking for both of the students, belonging to computer science background and non-CS background. So first of all, I'll talk about for students belonging to computer science background. You must have learned some languages in your graduation, C, C++. All you have to do just brush up your concepts, revise all the operators and writing syntax and all these things. Then for coding, C++ is highly recommended. It has a much better community than other languages for coding purpose. Most of the people prefer Java. It's all up to you, but C++ is much more recommended than any other language. Then you can learn C++ up to file handling, but for coding purpose, basic C++ with STL is sufficient. What is STL? STL is a library, its full form is Standard Template Library, and it provides some inbuilt tools which will help you to do basic things. Suppose I take an example of sorting some numbers. So for sorting numbers, you have to write some sorting algorithms, bubble sort or insertion sort. But for an optimized code, you should write merge sort algorithm. And writing merge sort algorithm, merge sort algorithm is a little bit like a lengthy program, and while writing that program, you might do some mistakes. Standard template library provides you some functions, or you can some tools, so you can do these basic operations by writing only one line of code, using a sort function. In sort function, you just have to pass the parameters. Like, you might be thinking that this is all some new for you, but when you start coding, then you all will be knowing about all these things. So after studying STL, you can start with HackerRank. Like, HackerRank is a platform which provides you questions for coding questions for practice. So you have to learn STL. Then after learning STL, as I told you, you can start with HackerRank. You can also start with some basic questions on CodeChef also. Like, CodeChef is also a good platform for practice coding. You Most of you people might be knowing about that also. But HackerRank is recommended to start with, because it provides you questions like easy level, medium level, and then hard level. All questions are categorized under some level, and then questions are also categorized according to the concepts, and also according to the topics. You can practice questions for a particular topic on the HackerRank. Starting with HackerRank is recommended. Now let's talk about now let's talk for non-CS background students. So for non-CS background students, you have to first learn a language like C or C++. Basically, you should start from C, as this will be a part of your academics in your first semester. Learning C will also help you for your first semester academics. and then after learning C, jumping to C++ will become very easy, and you will get a better understanding also, and for both the languages, and also you will be getting a better understanding why C++ is much better. So once you get a good command over language, then you should start some basic programs like printing, and after doing all these things in C, then you can switch to C++ and learn STL. So there is a very small difference between C and C++, like writing syntax and basic concepts are same, but there are some syntactical changes in both the languages. And C++ also provide you STL, like I told, for computer science background students. Like in the same way, you also have to learn STL, that is standard template library, which will provide you some, as I told you, some tools, so that you can do some basic things in by writing only just one line of code. But instead of using tools for from STL, you should try writing the whole code by your own also. And this thing I am also telling for computer science background students. Like both of the students should try writing the whole code by your own, because STL will help you in the coding round. Like in the coding round, you will be having some time constraint, and in that time constraint you have to do many things. So writing these basic code again and again, it will consume time. So STL will help you there. But after that, you should know the basic logic behind that, like what that function from STL is doing at the back. So you should have the knowledge of the back process of these functions. So after all these, you can start HackerRank. Like after learning C, then C++, practicing basic programs, and STL, then you should start with HackerRank. And as I told you, that HackerRank is most recommended platform for beginners. Like it provides questions for under some specific topics. So questions are categorized in a very better way on HackerRank. So and one more thing, that C and C++, if you want to practice questions for C and C++, like for learning these languages, so you can also practice these questions on HackerRank also. Like I'll be showing you the complete thing on HackerRank in this video only. So okay, let's jump to HackerRank. What I'll be explaining throughout this demo of HackerRank, I'll be explaining like how to create an account. Then I'll be showing that different sections, like data structure section, algorithm section, and different languages section, which will be providing you questions for practicing. Then I also solve a question, and then show you how to start with HackerRank. And then I'll be also showing you C and C++ sections, so that for non-CS students, so that they can also learn C and C++ from HackerRank. So let's jump to HackerRank. Now I'll start with HackerRank. As I told you, I'll be explaining how to start with HackerRank. So this is the website for HackerRank. Then you have to log in. You have to go to developer section. Then you can log in with your Google, Facebook, LinkedIn account. So this is the basic section where we have to practice our questions on HackerRank. So as I told you, that HackerRank has all the things what you if you want, whatever you want to study. Like it has the questions on algorithms, data structures, mathematics, artificial intelligence, C, C++, Java, Python, Ruby, SQL databases, Linux shell, functional programming, regex. So as I told you, that you can start learning C and C++ with taking the help of HackerRank. Like if I go to C section, having questions on C language. So these are the questions. we will be having for C language. And as I told you, all the questions are categorized under some section, like solved question. Whatever question I've solved, I have not solved any question on C language. Then unsolved questions, all questions are unsolved. Then yeah, so first of all you have to start with basic questions on C language, then you can jump to intermediate questions. Okay, and this is the most important thing which I was talking about, that you have to start with easy level questions. You do not have to just jump to medium level or hard level question. Easy level question will help you to build up your concepts, and if you are able to build, understand the concept and your concepts are clear, then solving medium question or and hard question will be much more easier. Okay, I hope you're getting my point. Then these are the sections, like suppose you want to practice question on arrays, so you just have to select arrays. Like there are no easy question on arrays, so yeah. Okay, so we have medium question on arrays in C language. So if you want to practice question on functions, so you can select functions. So in this way you can practice questions for C language. And suppose after practicing question on C language, as I told you, you have to jump to C++. Okay, so this is the section for C++ language. This section I've told you earlier. Okay, so as C++ is an object-oriented programming language, so we'll be having questions on classes, inheritance, and the most important thing which I told you, that STL. Learning STL is very important, as I told you earlier. And then practicing question on STL, you can start practicing question on STL from HackerRank. Like suppose I'll show you by solving a question on this HackerRank. Like suppose I start with vector sort. Okay, so I've already solved this question, so let me. Okay, so first of all, this is the section where problem is given. This is the summation section. I have already submitted this question, but for explaining you guys, I am just solving it again. Then this is the leaderboard section. Then discussion section. Here you can get any like hint about the question if you want. Then okay, so jumping to problem, here you will get the problem, like you are given an integer, sort the n integer and print the sorted order. Like you have an integer will be provided to you, then you have to sort the n integer, and then you have to store the n integer in a vector. Then some information about vectors are given. So vectors are basically similar to arrays, but they are dynamic. Like we can increase the size of vector as much as we can, and it is not mandatory to give the size of vector at the time of initialization. So we use vectors. You will get to know about vectors when you start learning STL. So these are the input format, like what inputs are given. These are the constraints, what constraint I'll be giving, the question will be giving, and then output format. So this is the sample output, and this is the sample out. Sorry, this is the sample input, and this is the sample output. So okay, let me solve this question for you. Suppose okay, so I'm taking an variable n, and then I'm taking the size of the element the question will be giving. Then I'll run a loop, then I'll be creating a temp variable, then I'll be inserting element in that temp variable. And to insert element like to push element into a vector. Okay, so I haven't created a vector vc. So this is my vector, and to push element into this vector vector have a function called push underscore back to insert element, and to delete an element we have a function pop underscore back. So okay, so we'll be pushing this element into this vector. Then what I have to do is what we have to do, okay, we have to sort the vector. So for sorting the vector, we have the function sort. In this I have to pass and then I have to print all the elements. Okay, so now I'll be giving you okay, so after writing the code, you have to just run the code. It will test your code on sample test cases. You also have the option to give some custom input like by your own. Then run code. It will test upon your custom input. Okay, fine. So now I'll submit the code. Perfect. So in this way you can practice questions on HackerRank. So let us jump to our most important section, that is data structures and algorithm sections. So like we have question on algorithms like string, sorting, searching, graph theory, greedy, DP, that is dynamic programming, bit manipulation, recursion. You all you have to do is start with easy questions. In the similar way, you can also practice questions on data structures. Like if you want to practice question on arrays, linked list, trees, stack, queue, heap, disjoint set, matrix, like whatever you will be studying in data structure, you can practice that those questions on the HackerRank with the help of this section. And all you have to just start with basic section on of problem solving. Then in the basic section you also have easy, medium and hard. Then you have questions on arrays. Suppose let me solve a question for you on arrays. Okay, so suppose okay, let me solve this question for you. I've already solved this question, but I'm for you I'll be showing the solution of this question. Okay, so what we have to do is, an array is a type of data structure that stores element contiguous block of memory. All we have to do is reverse an array of integers. So we'll be getting an array passed as parameter into this function reverse array, and what we have to return is by reversing the elements of that array. So there are two method of doing like two ways of doing this. Like I can use the inbuilt function like inbuilt tool provided by the STL, that is reverse function. Let me show you. All I have to do is just pass the parameters and then return this vector. It will reverse all the elements provided. Okay, so suppose I don't want to use the inbuilt function reverse function. So what I'll do is I have to take the size of this. Okay, set equals to a dot of this vector. Then okay, then what I have to do is okay, so what I have to do, I have to create a vector which will be the answer vector. Like this vector will be will contain the reverse array of my of the vector being passed in the as a parameter. So I have to start with the last index, then minus minus, and I have to just push all the elements into the new vector. As I told you, we have a function push underscore back and a of I. Okay, then we have to return this the vector we have which contains the reversed elements. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll run the code. Okay, so the sample test cases are passed. Now we will submit the code. Perfect. So all the test cases are passed. So in this way, you can practice on HackerRank, and okay. So these are all the sections HackerRank provides. So as I told you that HackerRank is the most recommended and the best platform for a beginner, and I showed you why I'm saying that. So if you have any doubts or any questions, you can comment in the comment section below. And if you want any video on a particular topic or any some like anything, if you want, you can mention in the comment section. I'll make sure that that video will be provided to you as soon as possible. So thank you for watching the video.